What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and this video is gonna be the most important video you guys have watched all even 2023 and this month. I want you guys to stay all the way to the end of the video. We're gonna review what has happened before from start of Bitcoin, where Bitcoin started, actually got created, and how many X's we had after halving. And it totally makes sense that we believe that after every halving, Bitcoin started going rallying up, and you gave some X's. Okay, but I want you guys to like and subscribe. Make sure to watch the entire video, and you want to share this video with your friends so they know what has happened in history. Our job is to analyze data and charts and see what could be the probability in the soon future for our investments. Okay, so I went through previous halving. The first halving we had on 2012. It's not gonna be exact, but I try to point it very close to where it happened. The second halving, third halving, fourth halving. Okay, so this, I need to actually edit this. All right, so the fourth halving that we are going to have is gonna be in actually April. Okay, so make sure to like and subscribe and support the channel. All right, so when Bitcoin got created, and I started just consider from 1 cent, I do not really trust what was going on in here for Bitcoin. Okay, so we're gonna go from here to here, almost top of where Bitcoin went. It actually made 3,100, almost 3,190x for Bitcoin. From this bottom to this high, this many X for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin started crashing as we got close to the first halving. From this bottom, this yellow line, to this yellow line, which was the top after the first halving, we went up to $1,200 almost. Okay, close to, yeah, 1,226-ish. And Bitcoin this time did not return that much investment for investors. Only did 608x. I shouldn't say only, because 608x is everybody's dream on their investment. Okay, so but if you guys do the calculation, it did 1/5 x of what it did before the halving. Okay, but this time Bitcoin started going down, and we're gonna consider from this red line to this red line, which was top of Bitcoin, around $20,000, right? So after the second halving in 2016, we passed, Bitcoin started going up, and this time returned less X for Bitcoin, which this makes sense again. It did almost 1/5 of what it did before. So it looks like it totally makes sense that 1/5 of this to this and 1/5 of this to this. Okay, so, and Bitcoin started going back down. A lot of you guys remember this area after here. A lot of I actually started getting in around this area. Okay, and so Bitcoin went down, and we're gonna consider this time from these two white lines, right? So Bitcoin went down to 3,100 almost, and this time it only did 21x, right? So 21x, it did almost 1/6 of last bull run. Okay, so it got even worse. Not even 1/5. This was 1/6 of the last bull run. Okay, and a lot of us wonder what would be the top for Bitcoin this time. And if we actually consider that Bitcoin 1,500 would be the bottom, which I don't believe yet. I believe Bitcoin will go back down because of having usually the crashes before halving or even right after halving. We could see Bitcoin going back down. but let's say $15,000 would be the bottom. So if we still consider 1/5 of what its return last bull run, so this time, if we actually, I do not want to consider and assume that Bitcoin might do actually 1/4 of last time, because we did 1/6 and then 1/5, and then it could happen that Bitcoin will, for the next bull run, it might just only do 1/5 or 1/4 of last return for Bitcoin from the bottom, right? But let's just say it's gonna do only 5 times more this time. So if we actually consider $15,500, which was the bottom so far for Bitcoin, if we go up and if we do the calculation, Bitcoin might not even pass its own all-time high from previous bull market, right? If we do actually 4 times, but if we do 5 times, it might go even to $77,000-$80,000. So I want you guys to consider, and a lot of these data are here to help us. This history shows us that how Bitcoin could perform this time. Okay, as much as we love Bitcoin to go to millions of dollars, we need to consider what we see. We need to trust our eyes. We need to trust our data. Okay, so far, even if, as I've been warning everyone, that I think that Bitcoin might go back down to $8,000. If we actually, let's say we went to $8,000 or $9,000 or $12,000, 5x of that would not return that much. Okay, so be careful with you guys. This was a new view for you guys. You have not probably considered what could happen in the soon future, but Bitcoin is not looking great in the macro perspective. Okay, so, and I want you guys to look at this chart that I was mentioning, that I was expecting. As I said, we got support from here. Now we want to reach to almost the area that I have mentioned before. This area is having a lot of resistance. This white line that we see, we actually broke down. We got support, but we broke below. We had a pullback. We went lower, we got support. Now we have pulled back to this area. So this area and this white line is going to be a huge resistance for Bitcoin. All right, so for now, we need to see how Bitcoin is going to close this candle. And if it turns red, or if tomorrow, if we close a red candle, we could see Bitcoin going back down to $37,500. Okay, so, or even lower, because now we see this support here. But as I said, I am expecting Bitcoin to go a lot lower very soon, and it's just doing what it needs to do before going back down. All right, because it does not make sense to just go straight down. Okay, so this was another view that I want you guys to consider for Bitcoin, historical data, historical chart for you guys. This, as you guys see, every time Bitcoin is giving less and less return for the investors. So for me, that one of the reasons that I do not want to buy Bitcoin, and I do not want to only buy Bitcoin as my investment, is because of these returns. As it goes, the time goes, less and less return is for Bitcoin. Okay, so please like and subscribe, share this video with your friends. Make sure to like this video so more people can see and consider this data. Okay, so I will come back with another video. Thanks for watching.